So Udom is that way. Gladys is this way. Should probably drop another save real quick.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. This has been Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon colony.
Okay.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
They're made without a single natural ingredient. Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
All right, tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No, let's hear the details first.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why abandon Roseway?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Well, say no more. I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
All right, abandoned outposts, corporate secrets. Got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
What other jobs do you know about?
Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
Okay. Wanted to talk about this opportunity you mentioned?
Yes, dearie?
Nope.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you. If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late.
No, I just want to ask something else.
What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom?
You mentioned the groundbreaker is outside of the board's control.
That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss Junlei.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will. They've always got one scheme or another running, looking for ways to bring us to heel. Like this heat business. Shameful. But it won't work. No, sir. Groundbreaker's free till the day she dies, law willing.
Okay, back to my other questions.
Go right ahead, sweetheart.
What's this about the heat?
Groundbreaker's radiators. Been neither fine nor dandy for weeks now. Miss Junlei's supposed to be getting them fixed, but the board's determined to get in her way.
How do you mean?
The board can't abide a community that won't bend to its will.
We've already said this.
But it won't work.
So you're not going to tell me how the board is interfering. What do you do here?
Oh, a little of this, a little of that. I buy and sell items that require discretion to dispose of. Knickknacks. Curios. I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair of famous tossball players. But that's more of a passion project.
I'm not sure that's entirely legal.
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about, is it, dear?
No, why'd the board recall all the Stellar Bay keys?
Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's on account of all the monsters on Monarch desperate to gobble you up. Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence.
What makes you think that?
Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind the curtain, lest you see their derrieres. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up after another. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's our mess.
Are there still people down there?
Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some man hooting and hollering about the light in us all. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. Might be true. Might be some new trick from the board.
Okay.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
All right then. We can't get a nav key because it costs 10 grand and we only have 7, but we can do some side quests to earn the money we need. And then we can buy the key card. And then we can go talk to Udom. All right, Gladys said we needed to buy the pass from her for 10 grand. We don't have that. We only have 8 grand because we spent some of it rescuing someone else or paying someone else's debt. So we have to do this quest for Gladys, the distress signal. Gladys has given you a copy of a distress signal from Terra 2. Someone in Roseway, a supposedly abandoned Auntie Cleo outpost, is requesting help. If there are corporate operations hiding there, it's likely you'll be able to find some valuable data to sell back to Gladys. View the distress signal recording on your ship. The distress signal has nav coordinates embedded in it. Play it on your ship so that Ada can get to the Roseway landing pad. So we won't have to pay for a ticket for this one because somehow we just play an audio log and Ada's able to land.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
I picked up a distress call. Can you play it back for me? I don't know why. Can I just read it?
Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw.
Okay, thanks.
May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Thanks, Ada. Oh, because we already have a landing. I forgot. For some reason, I thought Roseway was on Monarch. It's on Terra 2. Because Monarch is Terra 1.
We're in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
That's right. Monarch was the first planet they tried to...
Can we talk?
Yeah.
This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us.
Do you know about the person who sent the call?
What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town caught up in shady corporate shit. Tough luck for them, but maybe an opportunity for us.
Why wouldn't they just call for corporate reinforcements?
With a lot of these companies, the thrashing you take from your boss is worse than whatever a bunch of marauders will do to you. Doesn't exactly encourage calling for aid when there's a fuck-up.
Well, someone needs to help Ellie. We're gonna give it to them.
If you say so, I'm keeping a finger on the trigger all the same. Anyway, we might as well take a look out there, see if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for us.
You're just paranoid. See, I like having Parvati on the team, but should I switch to the two new people? Nah. Parvati's my favorite. I think Parvati was everyone's favorite companion. Wow, look at them graphics.
No security. Not that I'm complaining.
I know there's a lot of looting to be done, but I don't want these videos being hours long. Okay.
Hell of a welcome.
Ellie, I found the security. He's right here. He had a shotgun on him. No ammo, probably how he died. Wow, did it really hit the curve there?
We're doing this! Here we go!
I don't like that she doesn't have the ability to knock someone down. She does cause bleed, though.
That's the last of them.
Clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 bits.
Like, most of your companions do knockback. So, or knock down, or one of the two.
They left their own outside to die? Was it that bad?
Neighbor's dog is barking. Doesn't look like that's getting picked up by the mic. Is that the Auntie Cleo's thing? Wow. Yeah, it was that bad, Parvati. Looks like they got inside. So it's not that they left people outside. It's that, clearly, these creatures could just climb over the walls. I don't know what they were expecting. Ellie, I like all your guys' default outfits and wish I could just make them be visible. But you gotta have some armor, so...
I done had enough of this shit. I'm just the fucking tarmac guard. No one said nothing about fighting no raps.
What happened here?
Alarms went off, raps broke loose, and I hightailed it in here to get a wall between me and them beasts.
Oh, I should have said the thing about Ellie's comment about why there was no one at the tarmac. Can you tell me who's in charge?
Scientist, name of Anton Crane. Someone said he's panicking inside the comm center.
All right, you said the raps broke loose? Did you have them caged up?
Forget I said anything about that.
Well, what can you tell me about them?
Wish they tasted like Sissy Pig. Them's good eating.
Thanks. What do they taste like?
Some say chicken. I say the north end of a southbound woolly cow. Anything else you'd like to know?
Did you send a distress call?
Distress call? From here? Shit. They told me that weren't allowed.
What? Why not?
Got me. I just do what I'm told, and I was told not to do such.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna take a look around.
Oh, before I forget, Auntie Cleo's makes the best pharmaceuticals in Halcyon. Better than nature. Not like that crap Spacer's Choice pedals.
Yeah, make sure you hit me with those, brand things, or else you're in trouble, man. I'm from corporate.
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Oh, not actually one of them, are you?
No? Did you send the distress call?
Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told.
Under control? Not from where I'm standing. What are you hiding?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the nature of the work I'm doing here. Suffice it to say that its importance to me, to the colony, is immeasurable.
Okay. Why cancel the distress call?
My research may not quite fall within legal parameters, so I'm under orders to maintain wireless silence. However, having your head used as target practice can addle one's thinking. I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. The Home Office can't know what's happening here.
Okay. I think they'd want to be notified first if anything happened here.
We're expendable resources, to be neglected and left to our fates were anything untoward to happen.
That is true. Although that does seem a bit harsh.
May strike you as such, but nothing less than what we signed on for. More than worth it, in my estimation.
Yet you called for help. Sure you don't want to cast some light on that?
Perhaps. If you can prove yourself worthy of trust, the fact that you're here now has me thinking you'd be someone not averse to risking your life, if the pay were right.
What do I need to do? Let's see that money.
Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us, shot up our labs, and loosed our research subjects, the Raptidons. If those cretins get their hands on my research, well, they'll need not kill me.
Okay. You're a pompous ass. I'm not working for you. Sorry, I try to read through them all before I make my choice. But this one's got a persuade, which means I get experience for it. You tell me what you're researching, I'd have a better idea what's at stake here.
You have a point there. It most decidedly cannot make the situation any worse. All right. We were tasked with formulating a new and improved dental gel.
Wait, this is all about toothpaste?
One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue?
Yeah, please do.
While doing research on enzymes specific to the Raptidon's digestive system, we developed an additive which we subsequently discovered to be the most effective appetite suppressant ever.
You can couch it however you like. It's still just toothpaste. Diet toothpaste.
Not just any diet toothpaste. The ultimate diet toothpaste.
It's not worth your life, though. I wouldn't care if it was the ultimate rocket fuel.
Oh, I'm certain it could be made into that as well, with only a few changes to its molecular composition. But you're missing the point. Let's focus for a moment, shall we? Even if you disregard the obvious value of Auntie Cleo's Appazap diet toothpaste in and of itself, we're talking about my career here as well.
Appazap?
Nice, is it not? Came up with that myself. It's a shame our marketing department is almost as befuddled as my co-workers here.
All right, say no more. I'll remove the cretins and retrieve your research. Want me to deal with the Raptidons, too?
Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our stocks. I think there's gas in the lab somewhere that can be used to put them out. The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of my code and keycard. The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass by the town's original... by the Grand Architect. Jameson. He's in the old lab.
Who's Jameson?
My protege. I sent him to retrieve some metabolic precursors, and I forgot him.
Wow, You left him to die. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Don't you think it weighs on me? He was my responsibility. All of them are, regardless of their thinking on the matter. If he has died, too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name. And far too much paperwork.
And all you care about is how it affects you.
I'll thank you not to mistake my ambition for callousness.
What should I mistake it for, then? Compassion?
If my colleagues refuse to take their lives seriously, why should I? All they do is complain. They refuse to see the opportunity afforded us here.
Well, I just wanted to hear you admit that you're a heartless bastard, so thanks.
Believe what you will, but I'm not the manipulative, ego-driven person you think me to be. I'm not.
All right, well, I'll just have to take your word for it.
And my colleague, Jameson, will you find him for me?
Of course. So this starts 2 quests. The The main quest of this planet, though it's still a side quest, the doom that came to Roseway and in his bootstraps. Rescue Jameson. The thing about the Jameson one, we'll get into it because we're gonna do that one first. With all of the scientists' research gathered, we are good. Nope. To go back to our ship and leave. Back to the Groundbreaker. Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
All right. Yeah, so we need to make 10 grand.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh?
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Aftertaste the rainbow. That way it's not copyright.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Employee morale is at an all-time high due to the overall popularity of Chairman Rockwell's infrastructure rollback initiative.
Deceptions and lies. Don't believe the board. Monarch has shed the yoke of its corporate overlords and now thrives. They claim this place to be uninhabitable, but philosophism lives on.
All right.
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do.
No, I investigated the distress signal for you.
What's that? Speak up now.
About those secrets you asked me to look for.
What'd you turn up?
Science and a lie. I found a formula for experimental rocket fuel. Seems like pretty advanced stuff. Or I could tell her it's for toothpaste. I mean, it could be both, right?
My stars, what a find. Fine picking like this deserves an equally fine payout. Go on, dearie. And don't spend it all in one place.
I've acquired some research on Raptidon musk. Are you interested?
Pardon me, sweetheart. My old ears must have misheard you. Did you say Raptidon? Gracious, someone must have hauled them off Monarch. Naughty, naughty. A couple of folks around here might pay a fair few bits for this. Might even be able to start a bidding war.
Okay, so far we've got halfway there. So if you don't pay me a lot for this one, then you're not paying me my 10 grand I need. I found schematics for a prototype weapon from Force. And I'm selling. You buying?
Peaches and cream, if that isn't the most handsome bit of lethal engineering I've seen all week. That'll go for a tidy sum of bits.
I think that's it.
That's plenty, my dear, and more than I thought you'd find. You got a knack for snooping. I ought to just hire you next time, instead of those sublight lunkheads. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your friend Gladys now. You can come visit any time.
Okay. Well, What are you gonna do with those secrets I sold you? Because you also didn't give me the 10 grand. The rest of it's coming out of my pockets.
I'm afraid that's confidential, my dear. A matter of customer privacy. I'd wager you'd demand the same were you the one buying. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Why are you restarting your dialogue? No, I guess that's it. That finishes off.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
That finishes off Distress Signal. If we choose to go her route.